How's it going, everybody? Couple things before we get started. One, I'm using window light, so if the exposure changes and gets kind of weird, sorry. Two, I'm next to a window, so if you hear crowds and people, there's something going on. So there's a lot of people out right now. And three, if you hear the air conditioning, you just have to deal with it. It's hot. Even with the air conditioning not pointed in here, I'm already sweating. So, yeah. So we're going to get on to a very special video. Don't want to give it away. So, actually the thumbnail and stuff probably gave it away. But, I've always wanted to do some kind of bag review or something because I really like my camera bags and I'm kind of like a bag hoe. If you know me, I just like nice bags and I like to have, like, I don't really want to just say quality bags, but like things with pizzazz and style. So normally I go with Peak Design. I'm a big fan of their stuff. I have a couple of their bags. I really like the quality. So we're going to keep Peak Design in mind when I talk about the bag that I have today. The bag that I have today, I'm super stoked about, and I honestly can't believe that I haven't had it until now, but it's made by Nomatic, partnered with McKinnon. So it's the 35-liter travel. He's making an everyday bag right now, and it's not that one. Before we get into the bag itself, I do want to say it is not a cheap bag. It's not everyone's bag. It's very much geared toward someone that will take this bag on a plane, traveling, carrying lots of stuff. The other thing is the price tag is not an everyday bag price tag. It's definitely high up there, but we're gonna pull it down. Let me get this nice figure. Alright, first off, it's big. So I filmed a little bit of like a montage, so we're gonna roll that here. Alright, so you are probably back from the montage. I'm going to use this light. Alright, it's not on the mode that I thought it was on. Hang on. A little extra light. Alright, so this is the bag. A couple cool things to note before we even open it, which, hang on. I had to pull this camera out. Again, it's a 35-liter bag, so it's pretty large. It's not a I have one camera and one lens type of bag situation. With that being said, they're expecting you to have a lot of gear, so they've kind of built it with that in mind. The padding here is super thick. Let me see if I can zoom in and get this. So most bags have just like this top portion as like the part that is gonna be on your back, but they padded it completely all the way up, and it is an inch thick up here. This is really padded, so it's super nice to have that, especially once you get to the part where you have lots of weight on your bag. These little divots here as well, they're each about 1/4 inch thick, super comfy. This can go right onto some luggage. Now you have to have strong luggage hands or strong luggage arms, the things that come out and you hold the handle. Arms, luggage arms, I can't believe I said that. You have to have strong luggage if you fill this thing up, because this, when I put all my gear in it the other day, it was well over 50 pounds. So yeah, that'll break most luggage. One other thing to talk about on the back quick is this little portion here. These are the waist straps. They're velcroed in under this pad. I didn't like that, so I pulled them out, folded them on themselves, and shoved it back in. I don't know what they wanted us to do with those as far as storage. So you can see that here it's like folded on itself. It's normally just hanging out and flopping, so I fixed that because I didn't like it. Alright, so what we're going to do is go ahead and open this up. Just kidding. What we're going to do is talk about the other things on the outside of the bag. A big thing for me is a handle here here, here, and here. So no matter, and a small one here. I don't know if I'd really grab that once there's stuff in here, but to each their own. But what I do want to definitely mention is when you're taking this thing around, getting it off your bag, putting it in something, you could pretty much grab anywhere except for the top and bottom, like this being the bottom, not that. And have a good solid grip, which is super nice. Especially when you pull it off your shoulder, you can reach around and just grab this thing and continue pulling it off your back. Super love that. So if we talk about the left side of the pouch here, this is side access for the gear on the inside. So, I don't know if you can see in, there's a camera. I don't have it set up to do that. I probably will in the future, but that would require a revamp of the inside, and I'm not trying to do that right now. On this side, this is a magnetic pouch for water bottles and stuff. You can also put smaller tripods in here. I really like that it magnetizes shut. What a good sound. Again, like I said, handle on this side. If you flip it to the front, there's a pocket here. Inside that pocket, you have another magnetic sleeve, which lets you separate things inside there, which is really neato, mosquito. Then, this is a cool part for sure. This entire top portion opens. Some organizers and things in here for whatever you want to use it for. I probably won't be using that for anything but like clothes, like socks and underwear, or maybe put my deodorant and stuff there. But this top portion I will be using for clothes for sure. You have this little luggage tie down situation to really squish it down in there. I feel like they made this for filters, but again, I probably won't be using it for filters just because of the way I have the inside of the bag set up. But this can be expanded with another zipper, and you can extend it about 3 inches, so it ends up being 3 inches. You know, if you're not traveling with jeans, you could probably carry 2 to 3 days worth of clothes in here. Obviously, one pair of shoes, you can't put shoes in here. Maybe flip-flops if you're traveling to the beach. But it definitely gives you the option to do so. I'm very excited to try that out. I have 3 bigger trips coming soon. I won't really be able to travel with just clothes or use this just for my clothes because the trips are longer trips, but I can put some in there to make my other bag smaller. We'll find out. So we're going to close this and get to the meaty good stuff. Flip this over. I think I'm going to turn this light up a bit more. Alright, so we're going to open the bigger compartment up that's got all the gear. Ooh, one other thing. Laptop sleeve on the outside, which is cool because it touches your back. But I fit my 16-inch MacBook Pro and my iPad Pro in here. Not at the same time, but they do both fit with plenty of room. So this is a huge compartment. Could fit even 17-inch laptops probably because it's so large. Now we open on the inside. Another laptop compartment. So I did have my 16-inch MacBook and my iPad Pro in the bag at the same time, but I had the iPad on the inside. So it was kind of a tight fit, but made it work, and it ended up looking really good. And now the camera's tracking. There we go. I thought this was my eye. So zipper pockets up here, these are the ones that I'm using. I have filters and lens pens and step-up rings, some batteries in here. I've never had a bag that I liked where these particularly were enough to actually use these pockets. This keeps batteries and stuff from flopping all around on the inside of the bag, which I do enjoy. I enjoy that not happening. Let's say that. So on the inside, I couldn't let go of my little tech pouch from Peak Design. I'll make a video on that if anyone wants. But that fits in the top portion. I have A7R3, A7 III, A7S III, Sigma 85, Zeiss 35, 55, 24, and then I'm using Tamron 17 to 28. I have a flash trigger, a ZV-1, strap, and that all fits. That's a lot of stuff. Could fit extra microphones, could fit extra SD cards, all types of other stuff in here if I really wanted to pack it, but it's pretty tight as is. So I'll probably show like a pan over of all that stuff in here, minus the A7S III. But the quality of these guys are very nice. I love the etching of the little skulls, fly the flag that Peter puts everywhere. That's also inside that front pocket in the front there. To be honest, I like this. They're sturdy, they don't move. It's a good depth. Like the A7 III with this small reg bracket fits in there perfectly. Like there's plenty of room between the zipper and the camera, but there's not so much that it's gonna fall and move and flip and stuff. It is a sturdy bag. Like, this is an empty portion and it's really just not moving. Like, I could force it if I wanted to, but it's probably 20 pounds of force maybe, I don't know. But it's not moving, it's nice and sturdy, and I'm a big fan of it, especially with this stuff on the inside. So my verdict of the usability of this bag is great. My only real complaints, I have two. One is this, one is this strap here. If I want it to cover and go around my waist, it's very difficult to store when I'm not using that. So it's either you store it in this way that I feel like over time is going to, you know, kind of hurt the integrity of this piece, or I take it completely off and have it somewhere else, which neither of those is ideal, but you know, there are worse things. The other thing that I'm not a super fan of is the zippers on the bag. Again, I said before, I'm a big fan of Peak Design, and their zippers are just a step up from this. They're all weather resistant, but they're just harder to move, I feel. Like there's something about these zippers. It's hard around the corners, man. It definitely stops. Like it could just be that I haven't broke it in, and it could be that the weather sealing here might be better, so that stops it from zipping easy, but it is more difficult, which I'm not a super fan of. And the actual portion that you grab of the zipper isn't as big as the whole zipper itself, so you have a tendency of grabbing just the like string floppy part, which makes it weird. Sometimes I feel like I'm gonna break it, so you have to reach a little extra specific to grab the actual zipper ring. But other than that, this is a very solid bag. It's very nicely built. The materials are good. I feel like it is definitely durable. You know, the stitching is nice. I say go for it. If you're thinking about this bag and your only potential concern, you know, is durability, like is this bag worth the money? Hang on. So if you're just pretty much wondering if this bag is worth the money, I'm gonna say yes. I say go for it. It's a very well built bag with tons of good features, and you're really not gonna break it unless you treat it super bad. So I mean, between Nomatic's quality and Peter McKinnon's quest for the perfect stuff, just in general, you know, they hit a good mark. They did good. Definitely worth buying. So if you have any other questions or anything about this bag, or you want any more specific information on it, just let me know in the comments below and I will answer as best as I can. So until then, we'll see you.